Ops wants to do, Dendi is able to pressure that tower and punish for rotating.
It's always the problem when you game mid. If you rotate, and many heroes on the mid lane right now love to rotate, that Dragon Egg will take a huge chunk of tower.
Vampire coming over. Still gonna free farm, but at least initially you were able in CS. Dendi's gonna be free farming mid, and anytime FN goes around looking for kills, like Quaps.
No, if you're this is the headdress, branch, and tangos. You're guessing with.
Yeah.
You're guessing, you know, like Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, Chen, yeah.
Chen, you know, you're not guessing a Razor.
Okay. Do you think this is gonna be good versus the Timbersaw?
I have no idea how this is gonna work out, but you know, like Dendi, he's one of those players that says anything in this game. he tries himself for Razor support. That's what he wants. Let's see if it will work out.
All right, well, we're gonna have Timbersaw early pick up. He's not gonna be able to get away from that static link, and they'll turn that damage over into Vampire. Vampire's still gonna be able to pick up the back room, but he may die for it as he's gonna try to scale away to the high ground. Josh Blow's just gonna the damage instead, and both of them will escape B8. Still managed to get 2 bounty runes, though.
Yeah, they're gonna take 2 bounty runes, also force out a stall on Timbersaw. Obviously, Nyx is one of those heroes with high base regions, so he won't suffer way too much from suffering so much damage, but yeah, overall, a good start for Bait. This mid lane as well for Dendi should be fine. Now, if you're playing this lane as a Queen of Pain, there are ways of just using a different skill build versus it. You go for more points in the Shadow Strike or more points into Stream of Pain and just out farming him. However, Dendi should still have a very decent easy.
Yeah, this is like one of those classic. Somebody picks up Quap, you just pick up the very safe DK, max out your pack, farm away, and it kind of kills Quap's. A lot of the reason you pick Quap is to be able to win that mid matchup and pressure the mid. Instead, FN's gonna have to rotate more.
Yeah, you could see why they picked the Queen of Pain. Panel also got baited. Ah, that's
the Razor.
That's the reason of the name of the organization. Now we get it.
They truly did bait them,
yeah.
but
Queen of Pain was picked because of Razor, but Razor is in position 5, so that counterplay won't really be super effective.
Yeah, you know, bait is typically used to be able to actually hook a fish, you know? So you're getting something out of your bait. What bait it got was, with their little bait, with their Razor choice, they got a support Razor.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's... I feel like that's the dirty boot of fishing, you know?
I agree with you completely. I'm not so sure. I'm not sold on this Razor support, but listen, in the morning, Lacoste was saying he was there at the breakfast with the boys from Bait, and they were saying they have something very special inbound for us. I wasn't expecting a big 5 Razors. No. I was expecting some or something. Brood Mother, some cheese, but
we'll have to ask Lacoste if this was the secret plan heard about. It does seem to be going pretty well for the laning phase anyway. We actually had all 3 of our cores top 3 CS just 30 seconds ago. So Ghostic's doing well in the event against the Morphling matchup. They can't really pressure the Morphling too much. He's still going to free farm, but at least initially you were able in CS. Dendi's going to be free farming mid, and anytime FN goes around looking for kills, like Quaps wants to do, Dendi's able to pressure that tower and kind of punish for rotating.
It's always a problem when you game mid. If you rotate, and many heroes on the mid lane right now love to rotate, that Dragon Egg will take a huge chunk of tower.
Vampire coming over, but ganking a DK who already has 2 levels of Dragon's Blood. Not looking very good, so.
He's got that one bracer and he's undestructible. Just stands here, he's gonna get another most likely, and he'll... That top lane as well. Morphling 13 CS, Ghostic and Ruby Carving kinda alright here. Ghostic 11 CS, really far behind Dream.
And it looks like initially maybe just the pressure of Fable and such was able to limit the Morphling some CS, but I imagine that this lane, as you get level 3, 4, and 5, it's strong enough to be able to deal with the Abaddon.
Yeah, I think he gets very, very strong once he hits 2 Braid Bands or 3. Let's see what he goes for, but usually those 2 Braid Bands and you're...
Yeah. Vampire just seems to be not sure where he wants to be. He actually rotates up there in the top lane, but a telekinesis. The impale from being able to get this bad. Still no first blood as we approach the 4-minute mark.
You can't lane versus Razor, man. That's why he's bought. You can't run on this lane. You can't be a position 4. Like, you're feeling useless. There's a Razor running at you, just taking your damage, hitting you even harder.
Yeah, to be fair to Vampire, I'm sure he never experienced this in his pubs, so...
I'm sure he...
Yeah, there's no history to look back on and understand what you need to do better.
Funny though, I played one pub with Dendi a long time ago. I was a support Luna.
Really?
And he told me, like, listen, Lizard, I've seen many things work, but support Luna never worked, you know? And now he fixed the Razor. It worked. And now he fixed the Razor. Like, what?
Well, you'll have to go back to Dendi if this Razor doesn't work and your Luna did. Well, 5-minute bounty runes, everyone getting low, but nobody's dead just yet.
Ghost Stick.
He's going to be blocked in a little bit, and FNG, yeah, just body block him up, get a few more hits in. Not quite close enough for the Impale, though, and that means Ghost Stick will survive. A little bit of chat wheel as leaves.
It's definitely much easier with your treants than it is with Prophet, right?
Yeah.
Because you have many of them, but he wasn't really too well for that.
Well, it seems like the Timbersaw, like kind of as expected, the Timbersaw is going to do fine against a dual lane that their only damage is right click.
Yeah, who would have guessed? The Timbersaw will do well here, right?
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, Vampire doesn't really have much of a lane, but also he doesn't really want to be bottom. If the Timbersaw's fine, you try and give him solo experience.
One good thing, though, for Bait on this lane is the fact that they aren't truly desperate as well. Sol is one of those heroes that just has way too much base damage, and you can't really zone him out this early on. And if you look at CS, he's 31 to 11, versus 22-0. Timbersaw, he's...
Dendi got level 6 before the Queen of Pain of SN, so he's already trying to get some chip damage on that mid tower with the push coming in from Wagon. Trying to put a stop to him though. They found a little bit low, but it's actually going to be FN. Excuse me, FN actually dying first, giving away that first blood. Meanwhile, Vampire actually sniped the courier. That's all he did.
Yeah, but that's it, right? That's that Dragonite mid with the first catapult. They instantly rotate with Kingar and they pressure the Queen of Pain that's already massively pressured. 25-7 versus 36-13 of Dendi. Yeah. This lane isn't easy, and this is a very peculiar build too. I love it though. I love this. Dragonite is going for a nerf. Most likely Vestal instantly after. Versus Morphling versus Timbersaw, this is gonna come so in handy.
Oh yeah, it feels very reminiscent of the mid-Kunkas that do this as well,
Ember
right?
Spirit.
Yeah, yeah. And certainly a needed item here for V8 again. Saw as well as the Morph. Actually, this is mega value. Spirit Vessel.
Yeah, it's not like your position 5 Razors.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's gonna build. I don't know where he's gonna farm for.
I am also very curious. And like, if this is a 4 Razor, I could see like a Yule's build being viable, but for him, I think at best like a 4-stab is maybe all I can get to. The Morphling actually jumping forward here is gonna found himself static linked, silenced, but no further disabled. He'll stop that TP. Then they're gonna try and go for FNG, but a Razor port is lacking in stuns.
He stuck so much damage that I thought he might do something here, but even FNG is complete.
He even turns and for whatever reason fights him just a little bit.
But FNG did that very well. He running away with his main hero, but meanwhile Treants were blocking Rubik to prevent him from using any sort of disable later on during his escape.
Pio, he certainly is somebody we've talked about at length here. We play Mad Moon. He could have the opportunity to be able to stand up in this series, right? Like, he needs to be able to prove that his replacement for Kuman was worth it for him. He's second in net worth, having a bit of free farm. Can't really pressure the Timbersaw, not much you can really do there, but he will have a net worth lead thanks in part to Dendi doing so well in the mid lane and already taking that mid tower at 8.5 minutes.
That's amazing for him. This is a really good start for this Dragonite, specifically because his item build is so valuable in that mid game.
And he's actually going to use the remnants of his Dragon Form. I love when people do this. Ghosting, though, in trouble here. Throws out the Mistcoil. Can't deny yourself anymore, but you might as well get whatever damage you can out there before you go down. But I love people who use the Dragon Form when they take a tower and they still have plenty of Dragon Form timing left. Go somewhere else. Try and do what you can.
Especially when you use it with the teleport, right? You
Yeah.
are moving across the map, using that duration in the river instead. You shoot to the bottom lane, you defend the tower. Gain a little bit now.
So what do you think the next step is for the... They already got their mid tower, the Dragon Knight, the next Dragon Form. Where are you looking to?
I think it's tempo, tempo, tempo.
Okay.
You just need to be rotating across the map every time you have that form.
Sonic Wave coming out from FN will secure the kill into King R. Small kill.
That's a small kill, but it's alright.
Yeah.
They prevent him from defending the tower any further. They move back afterwards, though, because... And all her mana has it already.
And kills like this around this timing can be even more valuable just because the bounty roots are coming up, and we'll see what map control is going to result from that. FNG already placed very aggressively, as is the Timbersaw on the other side of the map. So it's possible they could get 4 bounties, maybe in the outpost as well. You can actually stop that. Jump forward from King R. He's going to try and take the outpost back. It's going to be a close call, but they will not be able to get it in time. King R may just give up his life for this one as well. Stun comes down from the Dragon Knight, chain stunning down FN. He actually died. They may have gotten the outpost taken away from V8, but that kill, I think, is well worth it. King R still going to be caught here eventually, but FNG now going to be exchanging himself for that support kill, and he was level 6 too.
That's amazing for Bait. And look at then, just what you talked about earlier, Cap, like he utilizes that form. It's only a quarter duration spent. He TP stops, pushes in the tower. Also, this is hard to lane. That will help you out too. And this is what they have to be doing. Abaddon and Dragon Knight playing together. Some Bait games, they don't play the Abaddon properly. They don't play it around the playmaker. This time they already started improving on that.
Well, unfortunately for them, is a sticky hero standing in front of them. Shotzlow on the Timbersaw is a potent tower defender, and they're actually going to try and go on him, but at the same time, Gambit is already kind of baiting that. Vampire, he's going to show up sometime and try and hit a big impale, but at the same time, FNG TPing in. They do hit that impale on the Dendi, focusing him. Green actually turning into a Razor with a static lane, stealing away Dendi's damage, turning it onto him, and now they've broken Bait. They're going to be able to just run them down. Looks like LeBron is easily going to get caught. That's 2 dead on the side of Bait as Gambit form up a 5-man defense, evading their Timbersaw to a 16 fight.
Yeah, so much damage. Morphling there, that Razor. Morphling was a better Razor in that fight.
Yeah.
But overall for Bait, if you're trying to go for these movements, especially on that, specifically on that Timbersaw, you need more damage. Westall is great, it definitely allows you to kill Timbersaw. Without that, you can't. More damage, you need more heroes.
Only having those 2 cores, especially low damage cores, right? Like, Dragon Knight, he's okay at this point in the game. His nuke is still relevant, his right strong, but Abaddon is a whole lot of burst damage.
He's nothing right
Yeah.
Level 6 with no items, just food.
And that's a general problem with their whole lineup, right? Because you've got Rubik and support Razor. That's not a ton of burst damage either.
That's a very good point, actually. You look at their lineup right now, Abaddon is the one suffering the most in network. This rotation might help them, but I have a feeling Dream is just having a completely free game. He's
And he took that tower without even showing up, so somebody should have given shots a little heads up. Unfortunately, he's still going to be caught by Bait, and they are going to take this tower.
This I like to call the OG school. Just run 5-man, go rush at them towards the towers, towards the objective.
It's like they learned what went wrong last time, right? We didn't put enough heroes in that top lane. This time, let's bring everybody.
They're not wrong. They will take that tower at least. How much of base they're giving away to Morphling to everyone on the side of Gambit, that's questionable.
Yeah, it's definitely Gambit who made much better use of that timing, where they still made power, but are giving solo experience to a Morphling, are farming neutrals all over the map, neutraling this.
It's also FNG, what he has done. He's planted a couple of wards very deep inside of the map. Like FNG on this Nature Prophet, I see him beat very often. Like he kind of gets lost using those PNs. No, not maybe one of his best heroes, but he utilizes his teleport very well. ward to use the smoke.
Yeah, it's nice. He gets a combination of aggressive vision. He takes actively taking away farm from the enemy. I think is something that's kind of underrated and not talked a whole lot about in Dota. But by farming that area, right? He like these cores, these like mid laner, for example, wants to be able to just rotate into the triangle, farm a few neutrals, and all of a sudden he finds that
There's nothing there.
Yeah.
And it's so impactful. So it messes up your farming concept completely when you carry. It looks like it's not a big deal, but imagine here there's no camp. Suddenly you have to move bottom where your other core is.
Yeah.
Then you're forcing him away. It completely messes up your game concept.
FNG just refusing to leave, has played this area and is still managed to snipe a courier. Ghosted. Courier sniping more valuable. Previous.
You're obviously one of the best heroes comes to that.
Yeah.
They have to be very careful about these wards. They should know that there's some wards on their side of the map. They know it right now for sure, but they haven't guessed right.
Through his entry top of that cliff, didn't find it. You know they were hit earlier too, so that smoke probably been spotted enough. There's enough information that there are people here. They're no longer sharp maps, so three-man may not find good target. There's Jochlo there, but he just picked up his level 10 talent not too long ago, so it's a much harder kill than it was last time. An extra 225 health.
But you know, this is where I see a lot of teams struggle. This is where game sense and your general strategy becomes a little bit harder than before. You've taken... You've taken tier 1 on top,
yeah.
You've taken tier 1 on mid, what now? What next? Where do you go? Do you go for tier 2s? Do you go for Roshan? Do you stop more from split pushing? There's so many options. And if you haven't been together for a long time, if you don't have a seasoned captain, it can be difficult to decide.
Yeah, it's that next level of strategy that you don't get to practice. The one outside the laning phase, outside of the first couple of rotations.
No.
Don't think I've ever seen that one before, but looks like FNG was able to teleport away just for the dragon.
I've never seen a DK not fly away.
Yeah. Yeah. That one's pretty fast. It's a little projectile.
We have JJ.
Ghost Stick. Another hero that's really hard to push into, take his power. But if you break him, Ghost Stick, activating it by hand there. That's what he had to do because of the break mechanics. Just means you can get bursted down. Unfortunately for Gambit, they don't have a silence to couple with that break.
Once the Orchid perhaps is done on that Queen of Pain or something similar, then they will be able to take down Ghost Stick before he pops that over.
What is our build? Like, fuels, Lincolns, very expensive item.
Super defensive, actually, very interesting. Lincolns, I can understand. Let's see if they can take down.
No, no ensnare from Pete. Trying to catch Stream. Whack him down real quick.
I think what's really important is what are tools actually. What is this actually? I love the diffusal. That's exactly what I would like to see from him. Helps you with Pain versus. Or most importantly, makes Timbersaw a little confusing despite the flash on top of it.
Yeah, Diffuser Blades, these Timbersaws, they just like, okay, whatever, I can ignore all these right clicks, but once the core picks up a Diffuser Blade against him, then it hurts in just a different kind of way. It's like, oh, if you just kill my mana, then I'm just a walking punching bag. I don't do anything in team fights anymore.
Exactly, you take all of his mana and then you ignore it. That's a pretty decent plan for them. By the way, Lincoln's on Queen of Pain that we mentioned earlier and saw is because of the Dragon Knight and the Rubik. They have 2 instants stable and definitely suffers heavily against. Even BKB won't save you, so.
And he doesn't really have to be much of a damage, right? Just because of the fact they've got this hard carry Morphling. Our panel did say it was a very good Morphling.
He's having a blast here, playing this game like a pup. Killing couriers and delaying the game.
I love playing 5s that can be disruptive like that and not care about dying, you know? And FNG is clearly embracing that, and yet still hasn't really been caught. You know, he's been sniping these cores, not really caring if there's a bunch of heroes that show up and catch him.
He's an emo boy, dead inside.
Yeah. Razor on Razor. a much superior Razor, as that is a Morphling with almost 10,000 net worth compared to a Razor who's sitting at just 2K. Dendi, well, he's going to be in trouble as well as Green turns some damage on him. Waveform forward, gets a little vision, and there's the Sonic Wave to finish bomb. That's pure damage. Really nicely ghosted. He's going to be able to take some damage back up. Neo's trying to stay on top of anybody at this point, but a Yule Scepter slowing him down. Still going to go for FNG, but blocked out. But Sprout will be able to catch him eventually, but at what a cost, though. Gambit has run down his entire back line, and Neo's going to try and run himself out solo here, which he will be able to do, but still, you still have 5 position while you lost your mid, you lost your 4.
Your 5 Razor as well.
5 Razor.
You might have forgotten, but he died in a split second there. It's a difficult position for that Razor as well. They have a lot of disruptive spells for him. There's the Sprout, they have Yules that was used on him, you have Assassin. It's not very simple for him to play this game. And then you will have most likely E-Blade on Morphling. How is our Morphling actually? Has got that Manta, yeah, the classic build right now.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit different because of the mask, but
I find it so disgusting how Morbid map. Farm anywhere on the map, constantly make full HP.
a long time ago in Dota 1, there were people that would just buy Mask of Madness, or just Morbid Mask early on, more full edge and just farm the jungle.
Yeah.
That was the game.
Just no items, save gold, and then
Exactly.
a mask. Yeah. I remember when I started playing Dota, I did that with randoming, and then into the you wait a few seconds, you take a Ring of Health.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever thought that was like the most my consumable region? We can use you can just buy an item. That's a good choice. I like this from Fate quite a bit.
They have the Guardian, they have the Troll. It should be easy for them. Dark Troll is around though.
10K net worth from Gambit. Feels like they needed something like this. Feels like he grabbed it! Oh no! And now they're actually going to have a fight with his shot glow. He's going to go in. They're going to kill FNG twice, but it doesn't really matter because the rest of the Gambit has already gone to the back line. They're going to be able to chase down. Looks like they're going to go for King R first. Managed to blow him up. Nice and easy. Now, Dream trying to get out before he can get silenced up. Like, it's going to be silenced. And Peel's going to get on top of him. That's actually great. Sonic Wave doesn't actually kill Ghost Chick and FN. But Dendi hot on his trail. FN's got to be able to blink away. Even though he brought so many heroes low, couldn't finish anybody off, couldn't commit, for fear of losing his life alongside.
All right, Fate, man. They're looking super strong at the moment. We've been doubtful of their possibilities in this game in the last few minutes, but they take that rush, and I can't blame Gambit for going in. Your Furion snatched the Aegis, right?
Yeah.
And respawn, they're all in the pit. Like, it should be an easy fight for you, but it didn't. It wasn't. Like, they couldn't fight properly. They got stretched. And Morphling on one side was completely isolated by everyone on the side of Fate. I don't know what they were chasing on the other side.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like Dream went one direction and then FN went another. You know, he didn't really follow his Morphling in. As a result, I mean, if you were looking at that from the perspective of we traded Aegis for a Morphling kill, you're pretty happy with that.
Completely.
So now, that 10K net worth that was just a minute ago is now down to 6K. Can Bait take that next step without the Aegis, right? The Aegis is supposed to be utilized to be able to take tier 2s and such. Do you feel like they can do it without that extra life?
I think it's these timings. Morphling E-Blade versus Troll. I think he's going for Satanic there. Yeah, so it's about these two heroes. Who's gonna get his item first? Instantly you will see the team that gets their core item first is going to smoke and try to make an act. It doesn't, like that Aegis definitely was good for Bait if they managed to get it, but delaying that E-Blade I think is way more valuable.
It's a little bit concerning to me that, you know, I like the Yules on the Queen against this. Without a BKB build, I'm a little bit concerned that he is just going to get guided a bit. Satanic helps with that for sure, but
Radiant's middle tower
big concern. Yeah, just one too many.
I guess that BKB he was afraid it won't do much versus Troll perhaps, or versus the Dables. He was afraid that they will go. Yules he needed to get first, right? But after that, that Linken's is questionable. There's two ways. You go for the big KB or the Linken's. He went for the Linken's. I definitely do understand why. But more importantly, right now what they're lacking is damage.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like they're able, but maybe the E-Blade is completed. They have smoked up.
Theo's just on the high ground here. Smoke immediately going to break. Dodge though. He's actually going to be found. Oh, back line. King Art though. Already taken out by both the Morphling and FN. The two supports are dead, but in exchange they lost Timbersaw, and Theo looks for more. Unable to get the ensnare onto FN, but Ghostic is able to get the silence. Unfortunately, Theo didn't chase him out immediately. Now he's here. He tries to go for Dream, but is hit by Spike Carapace. Going to be stunned up by the Impale as well, dropping low, but they don't have any more burst damage. Dream and FN already kind of blew their load to kill the supports, so they don't have anything left to be able to go for Theo.
Dendi was a little bit late there to the party, right? He wasn't really involved in that whole engagement. But you could see both of these teams have what it takes to take these fights now. It's about the execution. It's not like, yeah, Gambit is 8k ahead, but I wouldn't count Kate out by any stretch. I think they definitely have ways of winning these next team fights.
Setting up here on Ghostic. They know he doesn't have his ultimate. They might be able to get the kill before the Aphotic Shield goes off, and they do. Gambit back off before the TPs come in. Looks like Theo actually took a good amount of damage from the Morphling. Be careful here. Way. He's got a double damage, and he actually does heal up with Satanic. Good enough that Gambit won't be able to kill. The support Razor of LeBron is pushing forward, trying to catch FNG, but now he's gone too far and will die. All of Gambit is here, except for FNG, who's take a quick pit stop at the base to heal up.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Tower now.
Every single game I'm watching this Nyx assassin, I have more and more respect for the hero, and I think it's just too strong. Again, like, he fell out of favor for a few patches, but now he's back in. He's still doing the same old things he was doing before. You have Carapace, that troll could have wiped them in that previous fight, but Nyx assassin runs into him when the rolling axes are active, uses Carapace, stuns him once, stuns him the second time with Impale. Very difficult to play against him.
Yeah, it's funny, the
Look at this ATM. 338 on Nyx. For what? 440 on Timbersaw. Please.
Yeah, what are you doing on a Timbersaw?
I'm watching Grubby, man, play Warcraft, and he has like 300 APM with 20 units.
Somebody's got the spam option, you know, where you just hold it down. That is gotta be. Blink Dagger for Dendi to find a better initiation. Oh, that's nice. Breaking the Linken's, managed to get a telekinesis. They get one ensnare out from the troll, but unfortunately, there's that Eul Scepter. Next up, gonna need a basher to stop that. What's our troll building? Is it MKB basher build or MKB build?
Go for MK. It will give him a lot of damage. I guess we didn't see Morphling. Is he going for Butterfly attack?
Yeah, that was about to say. No Butterfly from Morphling and no Heaven's Halberd from the Timbersaw.
Yeah.
So both of those sources of evasion could have been picked. Not actually there.
Is there some reason why you would go for MKB this early on? Maybe it's just his reverse build.
Hey, the Morphling again finding the plop in the mid lane. This time, Dendi's here for the additional disables that they need. That's a make-a-kill streak. That was actually given away to Pio. Perfect person to pick it up. 10 to 14, 8k gold lead still for Gambit, but pick off like that might bait to be able to do something more. The problem is their side lanes are always put in. They need to rotate multiple heroes in order to kill any core.
One of the reasons why their side lanes are always pushed in and why they're unable to catch the rats is because they have no catch. And Dendi, for some reason, went BKB first. I don't mind it, it's all right. They needed some catch. Perhaps if he got the Blink Dagger earlier.
It's on to Dendi, quickly taken off by the Aphotic Shield. He pushes forward. Better of it. They don't have their support Razor, but that probably doesn't mean a whole lot. Monkey Net thrown out by King Arc, control G, but they can't even kill a Furion, who's sitting right there on the front lines.
So many kite abilities inside the game. Way too difficult to deal.
Between the kiting and the split pushing, it seems like Gambit can slowly but surely build up more and more net worth. My question to you, Lizard, is are they actually going to win the game later on with that kind of?
I'm definitely thinking the same right now, and I can't answer that question for sure because Troll is definitely very fearsome.
Yeah.
In these next couple of team fights, I think he is going to be super scary. It doesn't matter how many items you have on that Morphling. If he catches you, if you're stun locked, you will fall. However, what's stun locked? You have Rubik, you have Dragonite, but you're using that for Queen of Pain.
Yeah.
Then Morphling is free to do whatever he wants.
Seems like they're very dependent on the troll being able to get on top of somebody with those limited disables and then just be able to chain
Radiant's
down.
structures are fortified.
But Gambit seemed too scared of that. He here in the mid lane, pushing the tier 2 tower. Be able to take it too unless they push out a big fight here. But right now, Pio's just kind of being casually controlled up, occasionally poked. That poke is bad. Up, shields him. In the end, the objective is taken. Off for free.
See that more and more of these kiting items are coming for Gambit. Even the 5 Furion is getting 4 stab right now.
Are scanning.
They're completed, so it will just get more and more difficult for Bait to actually deal the damage that they've got. They can do it, but they need catch and they constant control.
Another Roshan is going to be coming up soon. Pio just got, both his MKB is going to be coming in quite soon, unless he no gank. Spotted 5. That kill. Gonna back up to the high ground, but meanwhile, Beta's already jumped in. They managed to find the Queen of Pain. Can they actually get the change done? They've done for a long time, but eventually gonna be able to jump away. Now Scott goes for the next try that they go for it. He's rolled up in the clumsy net, trying to get the sounds out from the advantage as well. They should be able to do it. No, yes, he's able to jump away. Dream turning into an advantage. Nice sonic wave. It's waveform through. Does a lot of AoE damage on the base. They're kiting around this troll, but he managed to pop his ultimate, dodging that shotgun, finishing off FNG. Yule Scepter goes off, but not quite enough in time. They're staying grouped up. They know they have to play around each other right now because Gambit, they're playing an in and out game, trying to poke and get to the back line. That's where FN finally commits alongside Dream to be able to kill that. The King Mark goes down, but now FN committing his blink is quickly silenced up by Ghostic and Dream. Now left with no supporting cast is exactly how a Morphling can die. He does have a waveform up. He's going to be able to waveform into the Roshan pit, jumps, TP.
Stop.
He's good.
I mean, overall, that starts of that fight. Troll spent more in the air than he did on the ground.
Yes.
One use after another. He pops his ulti, he gets used. Gambit played that fight so well, that whole team fight. Morphling zips through, then there's Queen of Pain with her ultimate from the other side. They played it well, however, they committed a bit too hard once that mixed up. He's their major controller. Once he's that Leo, you can't fight any longer because they will just out-kite you.
It is noticeable that they just seem to be lacking extra bit of damage to burst down some of these cores. Like Pio will always get low around 300 HP, but then he's able to activate his ultimate, or he's going to be hit by an aquatic shield. The hinkiness of this lineup from Bait is a real problem for them.
Two things that I see coming into play for Bait, right? They have to play their utility, right? They have some 5 flags, healing you, shielding you, tanking for you, and you have Dendi coming. He hits super hard right now with that level 3 dragon form. He doesn't have too many items, right? Like Blink BKB, it doesn't look too scary, but Dragonite, all he needs is levels. And once he gets that level 20 as well, that becomes very handy when it comes to talent.
Yeah, it's what, is it 20 strength?
Yep.
Is that what the Dragonite is? 25 strength.
25,
So
yeah.
that's a lot of extra.
You can go for the cooldown reduction as well, not too stabby for your Blink, for your stun. But 25. Yeah, that's a shock.
Alright, they've broken the back of Ghostic. We'll just be able to activate his ultimate manually here. Dream tries to go with killing Kingar, but he's protected. Not quite enough burst damage. Dream going to straight form. FN once again committing to be able to kill that Rubik, but now that his blink is on cooldown, he may get cut, but no one's there. Comes out for the troll. Very lucky for FN. Otherwise, he could have just traded himself for a 4. Once again, Pio gets a little bit low, but again, always going to be aphotic shielded. He'll be okay. Dream in this game, though, as he turns into a double. Like, oh, Pio, I managed to get off his ultimate just the last second there before the first damage comes up. But Yule Scepter, Impale, now a charge on through. Pio's barely alive with just sliver HP, but he just need a little bit more. The Northling's gonna go for it. A shotgun comes out. They've taken out the Aegis. Now they have to make sure they haven't overcommitted though. Dendi actually trying to go for a TP away as the revive comes out from Pio. Dendi inside the river, surrounded by heroes. Coach charging forward, trying to get to him in time, but now he's already dead. They have no Dendi with no Dragon Form either. Pio left with just Ghost to try to help him out. Will manage to get the kill onto FNG. A support, that's it. He's surrounded by so many heroes, guided by so many abilities that he's struggling staying on top of any of them. Bit by bit, they're going to start bringing Pio down. Ghost is eventually going to run out of damage, run out of heals, and Pio will fall.
What a performance by Gambit in that team fight, and I just love everything they did. In and out, like you called it before. That's what they have to do. Flame jumps in, kites them away towards the Roshan. At the same time, Roshan is attacking them from the flank. But FNG, and what that guy did in this team, you can see that he's the captain, and it's so easy to be that captain when you're playing the position 5. He TPs behind them, catches ground control, allows Timberstar to stay on top of him, catches everyone off guard, then Dendi as well, gets grounded.
Once again, Spike Carapace into Impale. Pio is left just watching while his mid lane of Barracks is taken. Gambit to move on to the next one. They know they still got another 7 seconds till the TK. That's enough to be able to find an extra the bottom lane before they get out. Get out cleanly, too. Nobody caught.
When you look at these two lineups, these two drafts, it doesn't look like State is way too stronger. It doesn't look like Gambit is way too stronger, but the way they're executing these teamfights and the item builds that they went for each and one of these heroes. You have 3 Yules on the side of Gambit, you have a 4-staff on FNG, you have E-Blade. Every single item that they went for helps them win these teamfights, if they play it correctly. And so far they have done exactly that. Even the Nyx Assassin, who usually goes for Meteor Hammer, that's the meta right now. Every Nyx Assassin is all about that Meteor. Went for a Yule.
Yeah, I mean, when you're matched up against a Tibetan, I think that makes a particular another hero that you can't effectively use.
What happened to Razor?
Well, he just was sitting in front of the tier 3 push and just died. And while the rest of Mage was smoked up, wrapping around, they're going to be here now, but they've already lost the second lane of Barracks. They need to be able to win this fight, but it's not looking good. With shots though, still going to have most of their attention. King R, who's trying to push forward, immediately gets shut down. Buys back, and now he manages Brown just to be able to control up these heroes. Bait back up to their high ground. They don't need to pursue. By all means, back up. You've got 2 lanes of Barracks ahead. 20,000 net. Take your time, buy your next round of items, and then go for that final push.
There's a tier 2 on top lane, Green Cloud Skadi, FNG has to gold. There's like you said, there's a lot of gold that they can spend. No need to run. They had no objective to play besides going for drone there, right?
Yeah.
Saw that Dendi used his ulti already, so it's unnecessary to.
There's that orb. Quap. Got anything.
And you can see they just bought out. They're not.
Yeah.
They don't care about saving for those buybacks because they don't need them. They understand in what trolling position they are right now. Can be scary though if they get caught off guard.
Yeah, I think it's some sort of like 1 for 4 or 5 wipe that happens, and then, you know, Dendi's able to push down mid, take the tier 2, go high ground. There could be some serious damage, but the likelihood of them losing a fight that badly, I think, is very, very low. Just because of such a large net worth lead. Dendi has yet to pick up a new item. It's been like the 7-8 minutes that he's just been sitting on trying to build up an AC while still holding back the buyback. Okay, they're going to build find an assassin here. This hero has been a pain in the ass for bait. So Dendi on the buyback. Great pickup. Heal gets a little bit low, but his body shield quickly takes off that ethereal form, allowing him to be into the timber stock. Balance up onto the Abaddon, but King R doesn't have to stun up that speed of pain, but it's Theo who's focusing down green right now, who gets a little bit low with the help of that Spirit Vessel. They might be able to bring him down. He's already up on so much strength though. 3,000 HP is what he's sitting on, so instead they're going to turn on to shots though. Once again though, they're just going to kite around Pio, whether it's the Impale, whether it's the Ethereal Blades, everything they can to be able to stop the damage of the troll and just poke at some of these other heroes. Of course, FNG has been caught and will be brought low, but the rest of Gambit, the cores, they all managed to get out.
That's a pretty decent fight for bait. All off of that Nyx kill. If you pick off the Nyx, if you kill him off first, suddenly there's not nearly as much control for Gambit. It's it's all about that Carapace Impale, right? That combination helps out Gambit so much in these fights. And if they manage to do this a couple of more times, they can take a teamfight. Morphling. The thing is, he's running away, and while his illusions are killing off the 5 Razor and finishing him off, he's also forced to strength morph completely. And after that's completed, he doesn't really accomplish much in these teamfights to run. So they have the strength, but they need to take down this guy.
They have brought the net worth back a little bit. Still stuck on their side map. That's one of the issues that they've been having all game.
The BKB for Pio helped them a lot.
Been, again, they see Anakin has certainly done one, whether it's just for his overall HP pool, allowing him to be able to survive through the burst, healing up off the lifesteal, and even just decreasing the duration of these stuns, but there's still so many of them.
You can't play this game with... Like this particular match on Troll, it's impossible without Satan. If you notice, every single team fights last like 2-3 minutes. Because it's all in and out, in and out. They go take that Troll down to 50%, he pops ulti, or they take him down to 20, he panic, all these little things. So definitely a really good pickup. But that BKB has been purchased, no buyback.
Yep. I can dig it. I mean, at this point, when you're this much in the hole, a buyback is just going to put you even deeper. So you might as well just commit to winning the first part of the fight with that BK. Still going to be a bit of a concern that there's things like Sprout and the Ethereal Blade being able to save out. That's also something that come in clutch at times. The Impale stolen by King Arn is going to be able to find an opening here, leading off a stun onto the board plane, keeping a chain down with the Dragonite as well, taking so much damage. They got it. It popped. That's a monster kill streak that's down, and now Bait. They push forward, trying to catch some extra heroes. Shotflow was able to get into the high ground of the triangle, chaining himself away. Still doesn't look like anybody else is going to die for this.
And right now, Roshan has respawned.
Oh,
instantly into the pit. Sadly for Bait, Morphling just got his buyback, so this could not be a free Roshan.
I mean, still, even if he buys back, they could try and take a fight around the Roshan pit. This could be their way back into the game. Gambit have already initiated. They buy back onto the Morphling, but it's going to take some time to get here. Meanwhile, King Arn, he actually stole the fight here. He turns around on that, and he does. He's done some both the Nyx Assassin and the Queen of Pain, throwing up their damage. They're going to be able to focus onto this Timber Saw now. Peel going at it. The Yule calls him up a little bit, so Shato is going to be able to get away, but they've got a bigger target. Dream, he jumps away. With his form, he's going to be okay. And then, similarly, winking to the other side, in and out, in and out. That's what Gambit are playing right now, and they're going to just poke at these supports that are out of position. Such for LeBron, Sprout, controlling up, Orchid goes out, Aquatic Shield, helping him out. Yule Scepter is down. He doesn't have BKB quite up. The life still trying to keep him alive. He gets off his ultimate, but he finally does fall. He's dead for 2 minutes, and Bait, they're just out of steam now. With their carry gone, there's nothing left to stop Gambit from just marching through that high ground at the top lane.
This could close the game right here. This is the last set of fractions remaining for Bait. Razor did buyback, but it's still that position 5 Razor. The way they fought that last fight, you could see how much that Carapace does when that comes stolen.
Unless they plan on diving fountain, which Dream just did, I don't see how this two-man defense could possibly open enough Gambit. They're done with Conning away.
That's it. They call GG and Gambit. It never really looked like the...
Another Roshan is going to be coming up soon. This time, both his MKP is going to be coming in quite soon. Spotted by Kill. Back up to the high ground, but meanwhile, Bait is already jumping. They managed to find the Queen of Pain. Can they actually get the chain stuck? They've stuck for a long time, but FN's still going to be able to jump away. Now the next trying to make go for it. Hold up and bumping that. Trying to get the bounce out the event as well. They should be able to do it. No, he's able to jump away. Dream turning into an event. Nice sonic wave. It's waveform through. Does a lot of AoE damage on the Bait. They're hiding around this goal, but he managed to pop his ultimate. Dodging that shotgun. Finishing off FNG. Yule Scepter goes off, but not quite enough in time. They're staying grouped up. They know they have to play around each other right now because Gambit, they're playing an in and out game, trying to cope and get to the back line. That's where FN finds Schmitz alongside Dream to be able to kill that. The King Mark goes down, but now FN committing his flank is quickly silenced up by